What's going on YouTube? County Games back here again with some more Two Johnnies. I'm reacting to a lot of their stuff lately. So this one is Irish Town Fairs. So the Rose of Tralee Birr Vintage Week, never heard of that. And the Cork Jazz Festival, also I've never heard of that. This one should be fire, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're going to break down exactly what they're saying, and let's get it.
The Rose of Tralee is said to be worth €15 million to the local economy. So are festivals of this nature held for the cold, hard cash, or are they celebrations of culture and tradition?
A bit of both, John. I don't think when the Rose of Tralee was set up,
No, they weren't thinking about the
15
dollar.
million.
thinking about the dollar. I'm not sure what they were thinking of. But it wasn't American dollars anyway. We had a great one on the radio
that's a lot of
recently,
money.
lads. The Mullet Festival in Australia. And this was done to kind of revitalise the town.
Yeah.
And a woman said that her family had the
Mullet
pub,
Festival.
and that her
Her was it or something?
or no, there was two people in the family had mullets. And she said if no one else turns up, at least the two of them can have a mullet off. And it's been great. I just want to read out the categories here because I think this is hilarious. So this is the Mullet Fest in
Mullet Fest.
was it Kirikiri?
Yeah.
In Australia. Okay, so you've got the
In Australia.
under threes.
It's fair mullet growing for an under three now.
You've got the 4 to 7 year old mullets. You've got 8 to 13 year old mullets, and you've got 14 to 18 year old mullets. Then you've got the Ranga, the vintage, which is over 50. You've got the grubby mullets, extreme category,
That's what all the lads in Offaly have. Just extreme mullets.
International category, and you've got the everyday mullet. And it's been
That's a lot of
going for
categories.
5 years, and they have reckoned that there are 796 million mullets globally.
Wow.
They just pulled
That's
that
a hell
number
of a
out
lot of
their
mullets.
I'm
That's
not sure where
not a
they
true
got
number.
that figure.
Yeah, I think that sounds a bit made up now.
Proud mullet wearers globally, 796 million. That might be an estimation.
Bro,
Gotta
that's
be an
that's
estimation.
Are you a
not
fan
a
of the Rose
proper
Tree?
number.
I would have been years ago. Like,
You watch it,
yeah, I would have. Like, me nanny would have watched it.
right?
Or she had a friend from Clare.
Right.
Like, bear in mind, they're old ladies. They're like in their 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
And her friend from Clare used to come down. Like, she used to visit Roscrea once a year.
Yeah.
And she always visited for the Rose of Tralee.
And they'd watch it.
And her and me nanny would watch it together. So I'd be stuck in the house like I was watching it with two old ladies. Which probably explains why I'm such of an old biddy now. Watching my EastEnders and stuff every night. Now I know, Jesus.
EastEnders.
Chase everything back to your childhood. Isn't that what they say?
I guess so, yeah.
So yeah, I would have watched it. I'd be like, I like Dahi.
Yeah.
So I'd tune in just to kind of see him.
I like Dahi as well, but I can't understand a word that guy says. Like, it's kind of weird.
You know,
Plum
charm
Austin.
his plum his way around the stage.
Do you know if you want to be an escort, right? You have to be born in Ireland or of Irish descent. You have to be unmarried and never married.
Born in Ireland or of Irish descent. That's a weird one. And you can't be married or previously married.
You have to be male or identify as male. You have to be between 21 and 32 to be an escort.
This is my last year.
Shit, come on, Neil, we'll sign you up.
Oh, you should definitely do it.
Oh,
We'll
would you
pay
do
for
it?
it. We'll pay for it.
You're surely joking.
Because it's fucking expensive.
It's €1,000.
We'll pay for it.
You have to pay to do it.
Yeah,
You
sure.
have to pay 1,000. Oh, what? That's lame. I never knew that. I never knew that you had to pay to become a Galway Rose, to become a Rose of Tralee. That's lame, bro. If you're a guy and you paid to do that, bro, what? €1,000, bro. Allow that, like. I mean, you better make that money back from it, like.
Yo,
Oh, you should definitely do it.
Oh,
We'll
would you
pay
do
for
it?
it. We'll pay for it.
You're surely joking.
Because it's fucking expensive.
It's €1,000.
We'll pay for it.
You have to pay to do it.
Yeah, sure.
sure.
What? You're not going to get off with a load of roses for free, man. That's not how it works.
Also,
That's-
it pays
doesn't
for your
happen.
2-day boot camp and 7 nights accommodation in Tralee and VIP passes to the event.
Oh, fair enough.
Not just
fair
paying to get
enough.
off a rose.
What's the boot camp for?
You're allowed to be an
They
escort.
send you away for a weekend. It's meant to be.
Ah,
I
here.
was talking to a lad who
Yeah.
did escort, and he said that like for the Rose of Tralee, and it's an odd name, isn't it? It's a bad name. Like
That's what it is, though. You're an escort.
I was talking to a lad who did it, and he said it was the best crack. He said a two-day weekend was like a stag,
Yeah.
and then he said like the week of it, he said it's some buzz. And he
Go
said
on,
you
Neil.
are running around like trying to keep your Rose happy, like getting her shoes sorted or blister plasters, whatever it is
Yeah.
you got to do. These are the things you have to do. That's your job.
Basically, being a full-time simp. Shit, bro. Fuck that, bro. Some lame ass shit. Get your own shoes, bitch. That's what I would say.
Whatever it is
Yeah.
you got to do. These are the things you have to do. That's your job.
But hang on. Neil has worked for us.
Yes, this will be an absolute breeze.
It'll be a walk in the park.
True, yeah.
You going to do it, Neil?
Ah, yeah, that could
Honest
be a
God,
bit of
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. €1,000 subscription. You better get in now.
€1,000?
We'll have a word with Dahi or something. Someone will get you in.
If the Rose your Escort 2 wins, you win 10 grand.
Ooh.
Now,
You win 10
You win 10 grand if your Rosa truly wins. That's crazy.
grand.
the Escort wins 10
Obviously,
grand.
we win 10 grand, Neil, because we would bet the money. Give you €100.
Never see me again.
You can keep the 9.
Yeah, we get our grand back. That fair deal?
all right.
Well, obviously next year now, because it's too soon now.
But you become a global ambassador for the Rose, but you can't go with her because you'll be working.
Yeah.
But you get the 9 grand. Come on.
Ah, yeah, that could be fun.
Hey.
Johnny sent me away to be an escort. For
There
a
you go.
weekend.
Next year, that's I get so much content out of that.
So much content.
So handy.
Thanks, Neil. Maura, have you ever been to the Cowboys and Heroes Festival?
No, but I really want to go. It sounds awesome.
In Leitrim.
I love it. Like, well, there is cowboys in Leitrim anyway.
There's Cowboys everywhere, man.
Yeah.
They do call themselves Ireland's #1 country music festival.
Ooh, that's big talk now.
That's large talk.
Yeah.
Then there's be like Western horse shows, American cars, line dancing,
That's
jiving.
cool.
I'm all for the line dancing, as you know.
We did line dancing in
Jiving.
America. Yeah, completed it. There's amusement parks. Do you know what I mean?
It sounds good. I'm just not on the horses now. Obviously, I'm allergic to horses, so
Yeah.
got to keep me away from that. I'd go to that though, because I'm going to
Really
be
wanna
honest.
go.
I've dragged a Stetson all across America, Maura. I bought a Stetson, which was like, I'm going to be honest, it was expensive. It was
It's a guitar.
like 190 quid.
Wow.
A proper Stetson.
In
Like,
Nashville.
In Nashville. Bought the real deal.
Damn, the real deal.
Didn't pay the extra like 50 quid for the hat box. There's a box that's actually the shape of the cowboy hat that you can put it in. I was like, no, I'll drag it with my hands. So that hat has passed around 8 airports, I say at this point.
Yeah.
And it was fair weird, like, going through airports, having to put it on my head. So I mean, like a pair of Nike runners, a pair of like GA shorts and a t-shirt, and then a cowboy hat. I mean, I'm not the most convincing cowboy.
It was the easiest way to transport it. Was to wear
it was just wear it. It was just put it on my head. And then one of our producers bought 2 cowboy hats for his 2 kids. And he just put both hats on his head. So it was very easy to spot our production in, like, if you lost him in the airport, right? And it's like, I'm looking for Jimmy. He's got 2 cowboy hats on his head. Looks like something out of Dumb and Dumber. But it's always handy to have a Stetson cowboy hat at home. You never know when a fella wants to. The other night then I got home and he was like, you haven't played your guitar yet since you got home. And then she went up to her mother's house for a minute. She came back down and I was in the sitting room playing the guitar, wearing
Lord.
the Stetson.
Yeah. And she ripped the clothes off you.
No, she's like, fucking hell.
He
he's
wishes. He
Well,
wishes.
that Cowboys and Heroes in Leitrim, they called it Drumcora City.
Drumcora City.
Drumcoura.
Wow.
Drumcora City. They're just located outside Ballinamore, County Leitrim. That's rock and roll for you, lad.
I like that. I like the idea of that now.
Have you been, any of us, to Lisdoon Varna for the
Never.
matchmaking
Yeah,
festival?
never been
I haven't
on
been
before.
to the
Lucky.
matchmaking festival, but I'm in Liston Varna a lot. It's about 20 minutes down the road from me.
A couple of boys have been alright.
Sounds like savage
He
crack.
said there's some riding.
I heard it's wicked right now.
That's
Wall to wall.
Wall to wall. You can't turn for riding.
Nice.
Fella told me he drove in, pulled into town, and he thought there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
Every hotel was rattling.
Yeah.
Rattling.
One
The
of
bees
the
and bees, lad. There was slates coming off the roof.
One of the boys
Damn.
told me he slipped and he just fell into it.
Fell into a ride.
Class.
Just tripped up.
Lad, riding coming out the windows. So this is on in September, isn't it?
Yeah.
You go down and you have to meet the matchmaker, Willie Daly, in his office, which is the matchmaker's bar. And it's all singles
Sounds
from all over
creepy.
the world, lad. Between 18 to 80, all welcome. Endless opportunities and to be dancing out in the street. Like it genuinely is all ages.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was talking to a few lads and I was like, oh, they'll not be all old people. And they were like, nah, buddy. Then do you find young ones at?
Jesus.
So
You did, lad, are you free in September?
And I-
I tell you, we'll find you a wife down there now.
Willie Daly has a book. And your name goes into the book. I know people who got a call months later. Being like, Willie has found you a one. Or, a fella, whatever it is.
Jenny Mac. You
Yeah.
should sign up, lad.
Sign up.
See who to pair you with.
Be hilarious. You know what I mean?
I really want to do that.
True love could be a Willie away.
Speaking of Willies, you know what I love is like Willie Clancy week.
Willie week.
Yeah, Willie week. And
Yeah.
like, it's very funny. It's like, where's Auntie Joan gone? She's gone down to Willie week.
That was just on. Have you seen the footage?
Yeah, I've seen
Looks
the
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like
I'm second we missed it. I'm mad for a bit of Willie this year. Every year I've been like, I'm going to Willie.
it's like a geriatric electric picnic.
Yeah.
God.
It's better than that, man. The trad. I seen the footage this week of the trad sessions going on. I'm
I know,
well
I've
jealous.
seen people driving in the whole lot. It looked like some crack now, to be fair.
First thing in the morning, just bang,
Bang,
trad.
straight into Willie. Last thing at night, Willie.
Get that Willie in.
Can't get enough of Willie. Willie fancy.
All right, let's keep it going. What about the Puck Fair in Killarglen?
That's the goat, is it?
Yeah.
I never quite understood it.
Well,
They put a goat up on a really high platform, for those who don't know what they're talking about. And sometimes it's really hot, so they have to take it down because it dies or whatever. It could die, so.
There's not that there's much understanding to it.
there's a goat, and then there's a DJ.
Straight away, you have me. You had me at goat and DJ.
Probably one of Ireland's most unusual and kind of longest celebrated festivals. Every year without fail, there's a goat crowned King Puck by Queen of the Puck, who would be a girl from one of the schools. And this is what happens. I was reading about the origins. Got it.
Yeah, so the origins of that shit, anything to do with goats, guys, stay away from. Weird shit behind that stuff. Just Google it.
The paragraph here, if I can read you.
Yeah.
So they reckon that during the time of the Cromwellian forces around the 1600s in Ireland,
Bastards.
it's still going since then. Bastards.
Yeah.
Bastards. What was he, John?
Bastards.
Bastard. Cromwell and his cronies were pillaging the countryside at the foot of the McGillicuddy Reeks Mountains in Kerry. They routed a herd of goats grazing in the uplands. The animals took flight before the raiders. And the he-goat, or the puck goat, he broke away all on his own, and he lost contact with the herd. He eventually arrived over the hills in Killarglen at the banks of the Luan River. Or I can't pronounce it, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Lawn.
The Lawn River. He arrived there in a state of semi-exhaustion, and he alerted the inhabitants of the approaching danger, and they immediately set about protecting themselves and their stock. It is said that in his recognition of service rendered by the goat, the people decided to initiate a special festival in his honour, and the festival has been held ever since. That the fair is linked to pre-Christian celebrations of a fruitful harvest, and the male goat, or the puck, was the pagan symbol of fertility, like the pagan god Pan, the old Greek god of
What
Pan.
the hell? That
It's one of the
sounds
stories.
ridiculous.
They can't pin down the origins of the puck fair, but they reckon it was
sounds
Cromwell,
ridiculous.
the bastard.
The bastard.
Bastard.
No, in fairness, like a lot of festivals that happen, that it kind of just. I've heard like the session is very good in Killarglen.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Talking to a couple of boys from Killarglen.
It's like it starts with a goat, and then it's just like, yeah, out to go, party.
Yeah, a Bellex one are playing. Yeah. It's like, supposed to be a great weekend. Man, we need to get to all these festivals.
Yeah, we should do a tour of these festivals, lads.
That one is on in kind of early to mid-August. If you're around,
Okay, I'm on holidays. No, I'm on holidays.
come back for the puck.
Come back for the old poke, lad. Yeah.
Yeah. What else have we got here? The Ballina Salmon Festival. Salmon.
Salmon.
200,000 visitors. The
Jesus.
salmon. I didn't know Ballina was the salmon capital of Ireland.
I did not know that. This is why this podcast is so good. Just
yeah.
educates us in different things all the time. The salmon how's that even a thing?
The salmon capital, good fishing.
Yeah,
I'll have
okay.
you know, we live in a town named after fishing. Care is Cahar Duniski, the fishing with the good the good fishing around the fort.
Oh.
There you go. What about the Lady of the Moy? That's got to be like the lovely girl competition.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say that's what it is.
And then someone starts a triathlon. Fuck's sake.
There you go.
So someone trying to ruin a good festival.
Got to
isn't it?
swim like a salmon.
With the triathlon.
Someone being
my God.
healthy. Fucking hell.
I gotta tell you, they got Mayo's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
Crazy kart races. Now we're talking.
Let's
This
go.
is what absolutely you need this in the town. Do you remember the time they had the was kart racing here in Care, and they released them over trailer.
Yeah, it's the kart racing. No, Red Bull do a lot of these.
Yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah.
put a
Box car kind of, or what's the actual term on it, like
box car.
buggies,
But no, it's not a buggy.
wagon.
What
What was ours called here?
It was the box car race, the downhill.
Box car
Anyway, so they put you up high
on a trailer, like more with a little ramp.
at the top of the square, and they just whoosh you out of it. And then you go down the hill in Care, which is a fair descent now.
The amount of people who didn't make the turn to even go down the hill in Care was just like they all just smashed into a load of hay bales outside the bank. If there was 20 cars in it, I'd say 2 finished. One lad came down the ramp from the trailer and the whole front of his boxcar, which he probably spent 4 months building, just disintegrated on impact. Obviously, everyone was like, Jesus.
We need to get that back.
That was so much fun. Like, lads getting broke up left, right and centre. Didn't even matter who won. You just wanted to see people getting hurt.
I don't know who won.
My only memory of like these kind of festivals, and it's here in our notes, is the Birr Vintage Week.
Have you been to this?
Yeah, but all of it, like, swear to God, from like when I was a young lad, it'd be like, come on, we're going to Birr for the fireworks. So I just assumed it was like I just assumed it was a fireworks festival. Because I've been there most years until I was like 18.
Yeah.
And then when I was 18, I went like, and you could drink. Because it was great. It was obviously like when you get to 18, it's like, Birr Vintage Weeks. Come on, we're going over to the nightclub. It'll be packed. The Vintage Week.
It's an entirely different experience once you turn 18.
Been there around 20 something times. I've never seen a vintage car.
Ah, lads.
No, I'm sure. Like we just went for the fireworks. Like Ross Cray invaded Birr for fireworks.
Watching them or buying them?
Watching them. No, you couldn't buy them. It was just fireworks display.
Right.
So you'd go and see it, and then you'd there was a carnival. You go to that and go home. And then when you're drinking, you might see the fireworks. Then you go to the nightclub, and then you come home. So I actually never seen a vintage car at the Birr Vintage Week.
Oh, lad, come on.
That's like Cork Jazz Festival. Everyone descends on Cork for the Jazz Festival. And I swear to God, I've been a couple of times, and all the boys have been there for years and years, and they're always like, oh, class band last night. I was like, were they doing jazz? We're like, no, they're doing like Mr. Right Side and stuff. It's like, well, that's not jazz, is it? Oh, yeah. There you go. That's another one.
I know. There was a bit of a kickback a couple of years ago when the headline act at the Cork Jazz Festival was the Coronas.
Unless Danny was going to play jazz flute.
See, yeah, it's like, we like them, but they're not jazz.
Oh, it's brilliant.
No, the only people I know who go to the jazz are our band, Johnny.
Yeah.
The Junior B All Stars. They all go to the Cork Jazz Festival, and our WhatsApp group does be hopping with them, giving out about stuff. But in true Cork fashion.
True, never happy. Right, if there's festivals that we missed out on, let us know what's your favourite festival, your local festival. We want to hear all the good stuff and all the bad stuff.
The Crinú na Mod, man, in Kinvara. Great festivals in Galway. Tell me your favourite festivals in Ireland, man. I know a lot of people have a bunch of crazy festivals, so leave in the comments down below, man. I love you guys all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.